Hello, my friends. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Obi-Wan Mugaba Abawega, and I'm the guy that many of you may have seen walking along the road on Highway 410 in Buckley, Washington. Then I'm typically dressed in my costume, you might call it, with kind of a wizard hat and a big stick and a cape or a robe. And why all that? Well, as you may guess, to get attention. Attention to what? Attention to the sign on my back, not on my front, but on my back. And what does it say? Uh, Help, Help, help. Nothing more, nothing less. The reason for all of this is to get people to begin to think and to take notice and to stop and to see what hopefully anybody that stops along the road while I'm walking and says, "Hey, do you need some help?" That is hopefully the intent. Why? Why would I want to do that? Well, it's very simple. It's because it's a matter of getting attention to myself to spread a very, very, very vital message. A very vital message for everyone all over the planet. And so the bottom line of this thing, because I appreciate the value of your time, the bottom line of this is simply that each and every human being are masters of your own reality. And it sounds kind of heavy or too metaphysical, but just don't worry about that. Just set that aside a moment and just think about it and how fundamental that statement is. Because if that is in fact true, which it is true, then it's simply a matter of remembering this truth, and that's why I'm trying to help people. Because we are much, much more powerful than we have been led to believe. And it's really sad, but now's the time for people to awaken to the reality of who they really are. And so that's the purpose of my mission. That is my mission, and that's what I'm doing today. So I'm wanting to introduce myself. Why the walking along the road? Well, I'm 60 years old and I weigh 285 pounds, and I need to lose a lot of weight if I'm going to be active in this mission. And this mission began on 7/7/14 for a date. At any rate, um, I have to get healthy, and the best way for me to do that is to lose this weight, and the best way for me is to walk it off, and then the reality of the solution to two problems, and my problem and the problem of how to start this ball rolling about the blessings that are to be upon everyone worldwide. And so this is a very simple way to do that is to simply draw attention to myself and bless people, and hopefully they'll start to realize that blessings flow from each other every day, and that God does not have a corner on the blessing market. You know what I'm saying? Most people will think if you say the word uh, bless, what word is associated with bless would be God bless, or bless you or something. But bless you, that's something you say after you sneeze, and they don't realize that they could bless each other in every waking moment, because people really interact in one of four ways. When you interact with someone is when you're in their space, and what are you going to do when you're in someone else's space? Have you ever noticed when you interact with people, and where do you do that? Well, most people is when they're shopping because they're forced to. There's no other way. They can have to go get food, and it's where every other person goes to get food. Okay, they interact. How do they interact? Most people simply ignore, as if they're oblivious to you. They're looking away as you pass. They're oof, that one's so repulsive. That you're totally ignoring other people. That's one, and then, but it's understandable that it happens that way. There's no hard feelings at all. It's, but I'll get into that later. But That's the first. And then the second is for person to be business-like polite, which is what most people mistaken for good neighbors and so on. It's all yours is business-like polite. And then the third is to uh, is to bless them or to curse them. Right. That's the fourth one. So, I mean, you can bless them, or you can curse them, or you can ignore them, or you can, those are your choices. And most people ignore each other, and I'd like to have people remember that the great way to get this information started is to help people see that we can all bless each other instead of ignore each other. And every time we bless each other, the blessings multiply, and it's just a reverberation effect. Blessings are interesting that way. It's all about the energy of love, and love is the most powerful energy in the cosmos. So I'm just preaching love. I'm just an old hippie, whatever you want to call it. But I'm very interested in spreading this news. Um, I will be adding more videos regularly. I will be putting together some nice long discussions about these truths that I would like to help people remember. And I hope any of these things go viral so that more and more people are aware of this Obi-Wan guy. And it will mean, if that happens, because if you're watching this, you have kind of a moral duty in a sense to help your fellow man, because if it resonates with you, then spread it as far as you can. And the word is simply, it's time to remember who you are and become, creators of your own reality at will. You are much more than what you realize. You are magnificent. Each and every one of you, and this is big news. So do your part to spread it, okay? Oh my goodness, it's just wonderful to start this mission rolling. Namaste.